Wasabi Gangsters, it's me, Chance, here to talk to you about books. Once again, weekly update. And I think it's time. I think it's time we begin instead of me stalling and delaying and taking my time here, taking my sweet time. Let's talk about what I read this week. I got some progress through Toll the Hounds by Stephen Erikson, Book 7, and Malazan, Book of the Fallen. Now, I am feeling the smoothness of this one. We're roughly 300 pages in. By the way, this is a reading light. I just got it on Amazon. It has 3 different colors that are actually pretty cool. I know, just throwing that out there just so you guys know. But yeah, I'm loving this one so far. I've been strictly physical. Obviously, I do audiobook immersion reading, quote unquote, with this because I like the narrator, and I do like listening to the words on the page as I read them with this. It just kind of helps me stay in the zone with Toll the Hounds in particular. I dove a little bit more into the invisible life of Adie Larue, and we got a little bit more of a history of this character, being that there is some sort of, in the 1700s, there's some things that occur, and then we're getting introduced to the concepts and a mentor figure, and it's very cool. I'm liking this so far. This is one I'm going to keep reading and keep getting into deeper and deeper as the weeks go by. And I am also listening to this and reading it at the same time. I tend to be doing that lately. I don't know. It's just like a thing. I finished volume 25 of the deluxe edition. Volume 25 of Berserk in general, but we're on volume 9 here of the deluxe edition. So volume 26, I believe, and 27 is left in this edition in particular. We have a moment sort of unfurling here. I got a couple chapters done. I read this weekly, and not as much as I used to. Generally, I would try to get through like half a volume in a session of reading, but I'm very slowly chipping away at getting through Berserk. My goal initially was to get through one of these deluxe editions a month until I caught up. As we get closer here, I think there's only 14 of these deluxe editions. I will be moving on to like was it Vanguard? No, Vanguard's probably not. Is that the right name? Wow. I really should get this done. They have a deluxe edition that just came out for another manga after I get caught up on Berserk that I really am curious to get into. Vinland Saga as well. I watched the show on Netflix, and I would be curious to see how the manga goes in comparison and just generally overall. So if you have other recommendations, throw them out there. I think there are a few that I have on the list to be read that I'm going to get into, and I can't wait to get into. I'm sure the tone shift from Berserk to whatever I go to next is going to be not jarring, but different, maybe polarizing even. But yeah, that'll be a fun journey because this is my first experience with it at all, and I'm grateful for those people out there that kind of got me into it, because it's a whole new medium of storytelling that I'm thoroughly enjoying. And then I got these editions of I think this is a Loom Crate editions of the Farseer trilogy, and oh my gosh, this is just a little book haul action. This is one of my favorite trilogies I've ever read. Just my experience with these books and everything about them, and the story and the people. I love these books. These are really good books, and they mean a lot to me. And it just is really cool to see these editions. Just some beautiful artwork there. We have a little love story there on the back. And yeah, I don't know. It's wonderful. I cannot get enough of these things. The covers are so nicely done. I don't know if the video is going to do it justice here. But yeah, these are beautiful, wonderful editions. So if you're here just for my reading updates, book hauls, so on and so forth, that is it for that. I do have some updates on the Mercy front, the series front, me as an author. So if you're here for just the reading updates, I'm going to do some writing updates. And there are some, because if you notice, the laptop's not here this week. You know why? Because it's in the living room, because I've been sitting on the couch working this week. I sent Mercy, Ill as the Fate, over to Dave Butler, my developmental editor, on Saturday. I took Sunday to relax, watch some football, watch the Jets lose, but see a functional offense, which was amazing to see as a Jet fan, just a side note. And then I am at the 10. I was just around 6,000 words when I put it down, volume 3 before the third volume. Now I picked it back up, and we are just over 10,000 words in drafting book 3. I haven't worked on it today. I'll probably do that either after this, or I'm going to take the day and just like to focus on this recording stuff and then call it. I'm being very lenient during this time, simply just because book 2 being the focus, slowly getting into the rhythm again of book 3, and drafting feels so nice. That said, like, getting into a rhythm with writing is something that it does take constant work and constant sitting down, constant effort. And for anyone out there curious, yeah, I highly, like, there are most days I think where it's, you walk up against that resistance and you're fighting it. But the days, like yesterday was such a smooth day. I had this scene in mind, went into the book. I have sort of an ending in mind just for overall for the series. And this scene was just having that scene in mind, knowing what's going to happen. And writing this one was just like very cathartic, and I haven't felt that in such a long time with my writing, just simply because it's been a lot of editing, a lot of work, which is part of the process, and I totally expected it to be that way. But it's good. It felt so good to be back in the creative process and back into like my creative flow. Especially the audiobooks, not necessarily out of the way, but it's one less thing on my plate in terms of like, okay, they're going to be produced. We have all 4 books covered. We're going to get that taken care of, and we're going to get it worked on. We're going to get it done. There's some other things in the background I'm working on. I'm not going to dive too much into that now. Just know that I've been in contact with several other artists, and in multiple fields, not just art, so like cover art, paint, board art, or anything like that, but artists, and it's been a really fun time, and there's a lot in the future that I have in store, that the projects that I'm working up, and things that I think are fun for me, because I just love this. I do love the art direction aspect of working as a self-published author. I think art direction and being able to sort of like use words to bring this world I created to life in any way has been some of the most rewarding work I've done so far. And yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying this process. So book 3, we are over 10,000 words finally. And we are going to I'm going to try, and every time I sit down, my goal is to hit 1,000 on my drafting days. But book 2, I believe, is coming back to me within the next 14 days, roughly. This is an estimation. And so I have about that amount of time to get some work in, and on book 3 and kind of unfurl, maybe that's not the right word, pull back the curtain per se on more of the story, and to expose more on some things that I know are going to happen in this world. And it's really fun, really cool experience so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Obviously getting back to drafting, which I am reiterating. Tears of the Fallen audiobook still in progress. You guys will have updates there. I do my weekly writing update over on my newsletter. You guys can go on my website, sign up. I have a percentage bar over there for each book. Now my sister added it to the website, so it's a new sort of weekly updated thing. You guys will see the progress of each book, whether that be in whatever phase it's in, drafting, editing, so on and so forth, and there will be a percentage bar on the website for you guys to check out and just kind of keep up with. I'm going to see if I can integrate it into the newsletter. I don't think I'm going to do that today, but the newsletter that goes out will have the exact, word count of where we are in book 3. For you guys who are curious, I also post it over free on my Patreon every week. That's on Fridays, but the newsletter goes out on Thursday nights. I will put in case you missed it, cover reveal for Ills of Fate, which we sort of did like an impromptu soft cover for a reveal for all of my newsletter subscribers and Patreon members to check out and see, because I really wanted to kind of get it out there for you guys who've been following along and are on this journey with me. There's going to be an official cover reveal soon. That's all I'll say. Soon. I've been teasing it over on Instagram. So if you're curious, you kind of want to know what it looks like, it is available over on Patreon, just saying, for free for you guys to check out. So if you are interested in what book 2's cover is going to be, but we have some dust jacket stuff. We have the spine, which was designed, all the the design work on the cover. The Stewart cover itself was Stewart backed, but Abel Montero, the author of The Crimson Fire, who has his own series and has his own cover coming out soon. For his second book, there is he did all the design work and put together all the mock-ups for me. And just such a kind, giving person. And I'm so grateful just for so many people in this community. A lot of the conversations I've had with other artists and so on and so forth. It is a wonder. It's wonderful how grateful, how filled with gratitude I can be for just being surrounded by so many good people. And then we have the gala coming up in November, which I'm also really excited for, to meet a bunch of people who I've just been connecting with this last 2 years with the book community. And I'm just for Sun Eater, by the way. And yeah, I'm just so excited. I will be getting some short story stuff on the TBR, by the way. I plan on doing Tales of the Sun Eater by Christopher Rocchio, and the Adamant short stories. And then I also intend on getting some novellas done. And then Skeff sent me his books, and they look like reasonable. So, in between me getting through the back end of the Malazan Book of the Fallen here with Dust of Dreams next after Toll the Hounds, I'm probably going to take an intermission between Toll the Hounds and Dust of Dreams to cover maybe the short story collection, the Adamant short stories by Christopher Accio, and then I'm going to either do the Sound of Starfall by Scott Palmer. I have Joshua Walker's Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a game. I'm not even 100% certain that that's the name. Oh, the Rest of the Gods. That's the name of the Song of the Sleepers is the series by Joshua Walker. So I have a few in there. Whispers of the Storm's over there. So there's a few that I might fit in. I might be able to fit in. But I'm probably gonna do like one or two things in between Toll the Hounds, Dust of Dreams, do Dust of Dreams, and then before Crippled God, maybe depending on where I'm at or how I'm feeling, I might just jump right into Crippled God, just to get the Malazan Book of the Fallen done. We had a giveaway last week, a couple signed paperbacks, sent those out today. I sent out a signed hardback that was won through the Hobby Vomits channel. Thank you, Matt. And yeah, I am just filled with gratitude, and I cannot wait to show you guys what's more to come. We're in this holding phase, which is very interesting for me to be in. That said, the drafting has been very rewarding, and I cannot wait to continue and share with you guys this journey that we've been having. It has been very, very fun for me, and a lot of work for sure. And I there's a lot of support around me. I'm very grateful for all of it. But yeah, there's more to come, guys. More to come. The series is on its way. All right. You must be wondering, Chance. Actually, you know what? In the middle of this awkward goodbye, I think it's important to take a moment to remember 9/11, because it is 9/11. It's been 24 years. I remember being in second grade when it happened, and just how beautiful of a day that was in terms of people coming together, and actually literally the weather outside. I just sort of vividly remember the horror of that day, and there was people coming together is probably one of the most underrated things I think that we don't talk about enough. And it's just a feeling of going back to gratitude related to this book, related to this series. It's just another example of people coming together. This community is actually wonderful at that, at coming together. And it's just something as a reminder 24 years ago, where we were, and as a whole, people coming together. And there's a lot there to be learned, I think, in that way. That's all. That is all. That's all. It feels weird to do awkward silence now, so this is just awkward instead. All right, well, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week.